Chapter 11. Still talking about products. Developing and managing products. Basically, you put 10 and 11 together, you get a very big product overview. It's too big a subject to just spend one chapter on. Developing and managing them particularly. How, from the business standpoint, do we come up with new ideas? How do we introduce new ideas? What do we do with those products as they age, for instance? We have categories of new products. Huh. New products, isn't that a category already? Sort of. I think I've known it. But what we mean by new can have a lot of different categorization opportunities. Brand new to the world. First of its kind. No other competitor on the market has this. These don't come along too often, but this is the stuff that can seriously get you some PR. Get the media's attention. Be very hard to sell as well, potentially. Because a new to the world that's never been seen before, it's the first time you've ever seen this new technology, new brand, new thing. You got to convince people. You got to educate people. You got to tell them what it is, why you need it, what it does, why you should care, how you get it, where you find it, how much it's going to cost, how much it's worth. It's a lot to do. A lot easier, just going back to like chapter 10, a lot easier just doing a new product line. You already know my brand. You already trust me. You already know how good I am at this other stuff. Here's just a new option. Apple, when they come out with the computer, they got people to like their computer. And they come out with what? iPads and iPhones and watches and TVs. These product lines. Still, you got to convince people, you got to promote it, you got to educate them, but a little easier. Product line addition, just making that line deeper. You already like this flavor. Guess what? We got 3 other flavors for you to try. Product line addition. Improvements and revisions. Just updates, just changes to make something better. I have an issue with a marketing term. If you say something is new and improved, how can it be both? If it's new, that means it hasn't been before, right? But if it's improved, that means you had something, you did something with it. But we're used to it. It means you already know our brand. Guess what? We've made it better. So therefore, we're calling it new. But we're also calling it improved. That's where this falls in there. Reposition things, like we talked about Arm & Hammer in chapter 10. Was baking soda? They've repositioned it. They still sell this baking soda for cooking, but they've also repositioned it to cleaning, to deodorizing, to whitening type things. Repositioning a product to some other usage, new target market, for instance. And then lower price options. That's an interesting thing to see. A luxury brand that comes out with an entry-level priced car. A lot of luxury brands at some point in their history have done this. Cadillacs and Mercedes and things like that, where they're used to a prestige level, high luxury, high expense, upper income level clients. But they realize, most brands realize, at some point if you only sell to luxury buyers, you got to start somewhere lower than that to catch them. Because y'all aren't buying brand new $60,000 Mercedes, I don't think. If you are, let me know. I got some investment opportunities for you. But you might want a Mercedes. You might want that silver little line thing. You know, afford a $60,000 new one. Maybe you could get one from like 1988. You know, coming to America came out. It might be used. It might be well used. Here's a little aside. Don't buy old luxury vehicles. They cost a lot when you do have stuff break. Know that going in. But maybe if I'm used to selling $60,000 cars, but I'm trying to get into a younger market. Maybe I can find ways to shave the quality down, shave my material costs down. Instead of being actual wood grain, actual leather, high quality triple stitch leather. Maybe I get down to a wood grain plastic. Maybe I get down to a lower quality single stitch leather seat. Imitation leather steering wheel. Instead of coming with 20-inch chrome rims, it comes with 18s at a lower cost. Instead of coming with a 400 horsepower V8, it comes with a 270 horsepower V6. All ways that we could reduce costs and potentially reduce prices. Maybe I can get a $60,000 Mercedes down to a smaller body and get it into a $30,000 option. Why? Because I might convince a recent college grad with their first job that they want to marry their car, and I might get you at 30. And if I can get you in my brand early in your life, you're more likely to stay with my brand, try my brand, move up to my higher priced option brand later. And that's with anything. Cars, food, electronics, clothes, all sorts of things like that. It's also the idea of outlet malls, where you go to your Banana Republic or Gap or whatever, and you go to the outlet version. Same clothes, right? Just something has put them out of the main retail store. They've had too many. It'll be whole or a stain or it's last year's model or whatever. Somehow you're getting into a lower price product option to get new customers, lower expense, value conscious customers, somehow introducing them, connecting them to your brand. New product strategy. Planning, strategizing, long-term thoughts. We don't make decisions out of the blue, without thought, without planning, without research. A plan that links the new product development process with the objectives of the marketing department. What are we trying to do as a company? Are we trying to grow in the market we're in? So maybe we want to expand the product line and convince the people that already like us to buy more of us? Or are we trying to expand in a whole new market? So we've got to come up with new products that appeal to a different customer base. We have to understand the objectives, the big picture vision of the company and where we're trying to go with it before we know what products we got to develop. We can't do it as well. A lot of times the crazy thing is an entrepreneur might come up with an idea for a product and spend a lot of time, they could spend years and thousands of dollars developing a product, not ever actually thinking about who was going to want this thing. Because we can have very passionate ideas, and that's a good thing within bigger picture thinking. I want passionate employees coming up with new ideas, connected to the company, connected to their customers, understanding the market. And part of that has to be, if the customer wants the product, that's why we should develop the product. If the customer has never asked us for a different option, if the customer is perfectly happy with the option we've already got, why are we going to spend the time, the money, the effort to come up with something else? That's a question you have to weigh. Plan that links the new product development process with the objectives of the marketing department, the larger company, the business unit, the corporation itself. How do we come up with things? Yeah, sorry. How do we come up with ideas? Where can we get ideas for new products? As a company, where could our ideas come from?
Customer service.
Customer service. The customer themselves saying, you know, I really wish you had this in blue. Can we get this in blue? I think we can make this in blue. That shouldn't cost much. That should be something else. You know, I really wish you had your oatmeal squares with a hint of brown sugar, but instead had it with cinnamon in it. Take out the brown sugar, throw in some cinnamon. Yeah, we can do that. That sounds like a pretty easy product development. Maybe. What else?
Recognize the need for something.
Recognizing a need. It's not already out there. And hopefully, good decision making, research, examining the market, we see a need that other people would agree, of course, that that need exists. What else? Make sure there's no walls. Not the camera. Where you coming up with a new idea? Give me something. Closer. Not customers. Not just seeing a gap in the market. Where else? The internet. Could we do research? Looking at other people? Other options? Sure we can. How we as a company come up with ideas for products can come from just about anywhere. Our customers, how about our employees? You say customer service, I went with the customer side of it, but customer service is an employee, a department, right? Sometimes businesses forget to pay attention to the workers, the employees, the people on the front lines that may have the most knowledge about their customers. Salespeople, cashiers, customer service, hotline people, they're the ones that are actually dealing with customers. But a lot of times the people coming up with the big picture ideas are sitting in an office at a headquarters. They're sitting in the back office of the grocery store. They're maybe not actually out there interacting with customers, watching the customers, learning from the customers, talking to the customers. Employees can come up with a lot of good ideas. They're using the thing every day. They're in the factory floor working the machine all day, and they might come up with an idea like, you know, if we put this machine next to that one, that would make it a little bit easier. A little bit quicker. We move it from here to here instead of from here to there and then back to here. Ideas can come from outside the organization and, of course, inside the organization. Our distributors, if they're wanting stuff from us that we're not offering, of course, they're kind of a link to the customer again. Our competitors, can we look and see what other people are doing and copy them? Sure, as long as we're not infringing on their trademarks or otherwise doing something legal like a patent issue. But can other cereal companies use brown sugar and cinnamon? Absolutely. Can every fall, everything you can think of be available in pumpkin spice flavor, scent, or otherwise connected to it? Yes. You know those pumpkin spice scented cat litter, right? Competitors. Everybody's doing it. Why not we us too? Research and development. Hey, guess what? We were trying to find a cure for cancer, but we figured out a way to give people less headaches. Well, not cancer, but hey, we'll sell stuff for headaches. Sometimes that happens. Scientific, engineering breakthroughs, technological things are accidental usages that we can still turn into marketable ideas. We can actually hire people to help us come up with ideas. That's a good job if you can get it. Sit around in an office and come up with ideas. We'll pay you. Okay, I can do that. And other experts in the field, helping us understand our business, helping us understand the market. Maybe we're trying to go into a new market, a new culture, a new language, a new country, whatever it might be. We may need help understanding what they need. Here's a couple ideas, examples, more so. Legos. How many of y'all, I'll give you an out. How many of you used to play with Legos? How many of you still play with Legos? You should. Be more creative. Be less stressed. And if you've ever thought, you know, I really wish I had Legos in my favorite whatever, you could do that. The Lego Ideas Lab. Share your idea. Gather support from others. Lego will look at it and decide if they can build it. For instance, have you ever wanted to do French classical theater with Lego? That's in the offering right now. People are supporting it. If they get to enough support, Lego will produce the set. How about a different car model? How about a Flintstones themed Lego? How about Sweets and Company, a candy store, I guess? Wonders of Peru. Huh?
So Camelot's really expensive.
Iron Giant, a ship in a bottle model. Volkswagen Golf model, it got to 10,000. Adventure Time cartoon, Yellow Submarine from the Beatles are available to buy right now. I can go to Walmart probably and buy most of these. But I can go to shop.lego.com for $60. I can get the Beatles Yellow Submarine playset right now. Limited to. For one thing, a lot of these are limited edition, and they're hoping that at some point somebody's going to have it on their shelf later and it'd be worth something. It's a little bit of a limited edition and exclusivity, specialty product type idea. These are who coming up with the ideas? They're customers. I love Lego. I got some Legos. I built this thing that kind of looks like a French theater stage, but I really would like it to be more French theater stagey. Guess what? You can attempt to get that built. That's a customer basis, absolutely. Lego customers coming up with Lego ideas for them to make money off of. Or maybe you don't want Lego to get your dollars for your cool new invention idea, right? You go to a company like Quirky, for instance. You know how loud Quirky is.
Welcome to Quirky, the invention platform that brings real people's product ideas to life. With your help, we'll make sure the best ideas don't stay locked up in your head, but get out into the world and into people's hands. As you develop your pitch idea, we'll show you how to refine its features, add sketches, even create the perfect video pitch. While you can complete your idea submission alone, we encourage you to find community members to collaborate with along the way. If you hit a wall, need someone to build a render, or just want a fresh perspective, you can share your portion of your invention's revenue that we call influence with the people who contribute. From here, you can make your idea public, or private if you're not quite ready for prime time. Completed submissions are discussed, debated, and voted on by the Quirky community at Eval, our live weekly product evaluation. If your idea is chosen, we'll pitch it to our brand partners, or make it ourselves. Once your invention hits store shelves, you and your team will make money every time that product is sold. Now, on to your next great idea.
It's a crowdsourcing idea. Looking at ways to come up with ideas. You don't have to be a customer of a company. You could be looking at the marketplace and going, I really wish this thing existed. This is the thing that would be the best idea for my life. Like how not to automatically play videos. After you finish the video, you actually care about it. Whatever that is. I think that should be on the French Lego stage. A company like Quirky, helping real people come up and develop inventions and then get revenue from those inventions. That's a customer that my company could have had if I had come up with the product and had it on the market for them. Inventors exist, and it's fantastic, and we need innovators and entrepreneurs and inventors of that nature. But I don't have to start a new business, invent something brand new, if it's already available, reliable, at the right quality, at the right price, from a company that was already there. So if you don't want new competitors coming into your world and stealing your customers, you got to make sure you're listening to the customer, that you're paying attention to the market and what they are desiring. Let's come up with ideas for new products, all sorts of ways. But if we're not listening, if we think we're the only ones that know how to do this, a lot of times we're going to be proven wrong by somebody. We're going to get stuck, we're going to get outmoded, we're going to get left behind. Test marketing. This idea of new products, we got to try it out. We got to see if people like it. Test marketing. The limited introduction of a product and the marketing around it, branding, packaging, distribution, all of that kind of good stuff, pricing, to determine the reaction of potential customers in a market situation. In, well, I don't know, MKT361 marketing research that you'll take as a marketing major probably in your senior year, we get deeper into this. We look at the various test markets where it's limited or extensive, real world or lab based, all kinds of different things. But here's a little look at it. I think I asked y'all if we had watched this video already, and we had not, so now we are.
In the high-security test kitchen at Wendy's International, they're working on what they hope will be the next big thing, the Black Label Burger. But don't start drooling just yet. Before it goes to your town, it first has to make the grade here, Columbus, Ohio. If this was an actual product test, there'd be no cameras allowed. But Wendy's agreed to show us the process. White-coated food technicians do the cooking and send the samples to volunteer tasters who grade it on things like onion flavor and messiness.
So this is the last step before it goes out to the test market?
Yep, Senior VP Lori Estrada has high hopes.
We're still waiting on our consumer scores, but I'm anticipating, based on what we know going into this, that they're going to be great.
You really do sound like a proud parent. I'm sorry.
The test burger then goes to a real Wendy's. Spokesman Denny Lynch.
So you're really fine-tuning, even when it's here on the menu, still fine-tuning.
No question. We're fine-tuning all the way to the time we say we're ready to pull the trigger and it's going to go national.
I'll have the black label, the bacon portobello.
It looked like the test audience was already biting.
What do you think now that you know that it's a test market and you are kind of a guinea pig?
I'm happy to be a guinea pig. I like it.
He likes it. And the so-called guinea pigs come in all demographics here. With Ohio State University and dozens of other colleges, the student population here is massive, and there's a strong international presence. It all adds up to a near perfect cross-section of the country's consumers. It's middle America, but Alex Fisher of the Columbus Partnership says that doesn't mean it's average.
In fact, I often say if you rake America together, in the center you would find Columbus. You have this interesting blend of funky culture, creativity, diversity, and corporate culture that really mix it up. And I think that's really what makes us a unique test bed as opposed to being average.
So if an idea can make it here, it can make it, well, you know. Like Jenny's ice cream, for example. Their cayenne pepper flavor is just one that was tried out here. It's a big seller.
How about you guys say, welcome to Piata?
In this case, the whole restaurant was a test. At Piata, they'll stuff a grilled flatbread with all the Italian delicacies it can hold, like eggplant and calamari.
Are these people with discerning palates, would you say?
Absolutely. People are very sophisticated today. Columbus is a sophisticated market.
Chris Duty opened the very first Piata less than 2 years ago. Now there are 6.
So far, so good. It's no fun if you don't make money in the restaurant business.
And when we were there, the line never seemed to end. Expansion plans are in the works. And then there's this. The Giant Eagle Market District could be the mother of all grocery stores. You can find things like cactus in the endless produce aisle. The over-the-top meat section includes rattlesnake, elk, and python.
Consumers can come in here, the same shopping trip that they pick up rattlesnake, they can pick up their Cheerios.
Forgive my smile, but that's what every customer comes in and wants. Their rattlesnake and their Cheerios.
You have been longing for that for years, correct?
Brett Merrill is a Giant Eagle Senior Vice President.
Are there people who come here and are just overwhelmed?
There are, but they love to be overwhelmed.
Merrill says the Pittsburgh-based company uses this location as a lab for things like nutrition labeling and frequent shopper perks.
And here's another little thing that they're testing in Columbus. They'll sell you wine in an actual glass so that you can drink while you shop. Of all the concepts that they're trying out at this store, they tell us this is among the more popular.
We think this is a really good testing ground about what success will be, and so far, it's worked very well for us.
I do think there are those who might look at this and say, does the world really need 15 different types of malt balls?
No, a person may only need one type, but the exciting part is people can choose what they want.
And what they choose in Columbus today may very well determine what you will buy tomorrow.
Do you feel that you have superior taste to the rest of the nation, and that's why they call on you?
I don't know about the rest of the nation, but I think I have superior taste.
He picked me.
He picked you.
Test marketing. Looking at products. Looking at whether customers will like it. Why? Because introducing a product that nobody wants is not good business. If we spend time, money, effort, labor, years sometimes developing new ideas, putting different iterations, alpha testing, beta testing, putting it out in the market just for it to sit on the shelf and collect dust, that is not good long-term strategy. Now, how often do you think we should introduce new products then? Often. That's a concrete word we like to use here.
Like every year.
Every year? Any new flavor cereal every year? Maybe. Do we need a new car every year?
It depends on the market. You don't want to just come out with random stuff that people, I mean, you think that people are going to want, but then they don't, and you just spend all that money.
That is the balance. They're talking about Columbus, Ohio. Is it going to be, I don't know, a different kind of market than Columbus, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Why? They have a university. We got a university. They got students. We got students. They got grocery stores. We got grocery stores.
Different regions.
Regional. They have a football team. It could be in the long-term plans. We're bringing back something. We got to start somewhere. No, I'm doubting we'll ever have football. We'll see. Size of the market, a little different.
Diversity.
Diversity could be, absolutely. This is a southern town that happens to have a university. That's how you could look at the demographics of.
Yeah, the Air Force Base.
The Air Force Base, absolutely. Which brings in people from a lot of different places. How you can find Alaska license plates at Walmart. Probably an Air Force person.
Or it could be a rental.
What?
It could be a rental.
That's a long rental. Well, it's going to be $35 a day, and I can drive up to 200 miles, so if I spend about $8 grand, I can rent this car.
Maybe one of the servicemen, they got it here and they didn't like it no more or something.
Sure. Failure. Yay! Failure. Is failure an option?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Across the hall is our kind of college little conference room, and we have faculty meetings, or we have search committees, or things like that. If you have a student group that need to do things, we have it's wired with a computer and a webcam if you need to Skype with online students, things like that. And one of the things is a poster on the wall that says, failure is an option. Super uplifting and positive thinking, yeah? No, it goes on to say, failure is an option. Let us innovate today. Failure. Product failure. Despite the amount of time and money spent on developing and testing new products, a lot of them fail. Sometimes we think they might. Sometimes it's a complete and utter shock. And sometimes we were too naive, ignorant, uneducated, not looking at research, not asking the question even. Should we come up with this? Should we launch this product? Should we open this business? The most important factor in a successful new product intro is a good match between the product and the market. If you don't have customers that want the thing, that have the ability and willingness to buy the thing, then it is not a market. And if you don't have a market, there's no point in having the product for that market. That's the simplicity of it. That's the very tiny idea of it. If you don't have customers for the product, you're not going to sell the product. But it's just so much more complex and subtle than that in the real world. Which is why it's worth doing an entire news segment on a town, because they have found that that's a great place for people to do test marketing. Whether it's Wendy's or a grocery store chain or whatever, if you find a demographic sample, that might be a good place to test market if you're looking at national rollouts. If you're deciding whether or not to open a dress shop on Main Street, Columbus, Mississippi, that's a lot harder to test. You do it or you don't. You open it, you spend the time, the money, the effort. People come or they don't. That's hard. The smaller the market, smaller the town, the less public the town, the less already business structured the town is, the harder it might be to understand its market. And anything retail at this point, especially clothing, for instance, is exceedingly hard to open a retail store. Why? Click. I just bought something. It'll be here. I don't have to get out of my house. I don't have to stop. I don't have to know what your store hours are. I don't have to deal with people. The internet is killing retail to an extent. talk about that deeper in, say, consumer behavior, MKT370 in the fall. I don't care either. We're talking about products, which usually we're talking about within companies, but we have to think bigger than that too, that if we're going to start a new company, is it going to have a point? Is it going to have a market? Is it going to have a place for it to fit? There's more notes in your slides down here that talk about some different reasons for failure. I'll let you go find those on your own. Diffusion. Think about it like this. You know the little wax melter scent things? Scentsy, one major brand, good marketing. It's a scent thing. It's called Scentsy. Great. Okay. Plug the thing in and I melt the thing. How long is it going to take for you to smell it?
I feel like 30 minutes.
Hmm?
I feel like 30 minutes.
How long is it going to take for you to smell the thing sitting here?
Should be instant.
What is that? That's diffusion. Transfer of something to others, the market. Literally a scent wafting through the air, right? We also look at diffusion as a process by which the adoption of an innovation spreads, say, from the marketplace. It's the idea of, have you ever seen a funny commercial and you ask your friends if they've seen it and they say no? That happened to you? Commercials are those things that marketers put out to try and sell you stuff. Y'all probably skip and scroll past them as much as you can. But every once in a while, like at a Super Bowl, we explicitly watch them, right? You might see a hilarious commercial, but nobody else has seen it, so how do you talk about it with them? Hey, did you see that meme? I saw the meme. No, you haven't seen it? I can describe it to you, and it won't be as good.
Look.
Diffusion of knowledge. Absolutely. And we also, of course, diffuse innovation, new technologies, new product launches, how we get the word out, spread the news is a important, of course, part of marketing. That's a lot of what promotion's point is. Promoting things, educating, advertising, trying to diffuse the thing we're trying to sell you. Categories of adopters. Innovators, early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, and the laggards. The idea that any technological, whatever, new product, new company, new idea, is going to take time to spread. Just like the wax scent is going to get to her first, and then y'all, and then y'all, and then y'all. It takes time. If you want to smell it in the back row faster, you got to get up and come to it. Does that make sense? If you want to get a new product that's launching, you got to go to it. New store opening, what you got to do? Be there when it opens. Chick-fil-A literally has campouts when they open new stores. First 100 people in line get free Chick-fil-A for a year. You want it? Come get it. Visual. The curve. The product adoption curve. The innovators are the very first. Reviewers, critics, bleeding edge tech people, for instance. The way that we have critical reviews of movies before the movie opens to the general public is because certain people sometimes get a look at it. We have things like the SEMA show or the CES show that are new technologies, new products, new options that they're going to tell companies, they're going to tell reviewers, they're going to tell people that need to know to help diffuse it to the actual public customer base. The early adopters, some of the first people to get it. The early majority, when just about everybody's seen it, heard it, tried it. The late majority, the people that have been holding out maybe for it to be cheaper, and then the laggards, the ones that don't care, the ones that want to hold out, the ones that want to wait. For instance, the iPhone. It's already sitting in your notes. I'll also post it as a link when I post your video for the lecture. But I have it's like 7 minutes, a deeper look at this slide, looking at the iPhone, looking at the idea that the very first people, just like a Chick-fil-A, you're sometimes literally camping out to be the first people to get something. Then your first friends, it's the people that have all the new shiny things. They get a new car as often as they can. They're the ones with new baubles and jewelries and electronics first. New video games, new movies. They're the first ones on opening night, things like that. Then everybody else has one, like when you're a little kid. But Mom, everybody else has one. I need one too. Here, 99-cent shopper. By the time it's gotten this far, it's on the cheap. It's on the clearance rack. It's last year's or multi-years back. It's the TJ Maxx shopper instead of the Macy's shopper. And then the Still Works crowd. I ain't buying a new one. This one ain't broken. It's already automatically go to that voice. It's that I'm going to keep driving that car till literally the wheels fall off. Like I said, you got a video looking at the iPhone deeper. But also, have notes based on local car commercial. From the marketing standpoint, as professional marketers, which you can aspire to be, it's the local car commercial that brings us grief and hilarity. It's the characters that we come up with, like Seymour Trucks and the lowest price. Sexualization character. They also got Peso Little, the racist Mexican character. Literally, people do op-ed pieces on YouTube about the racist characters in Carl Hogan's ads. They ain't gone yet, y'all.
He died a couple years ago, though.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, he still has an option. You can go still look at him. You saying like the guy died?
Yeah.
Really?
He died like a year or two ago.
Oh. Well, no more Peso. This ad is from, it's posted on YouTube December of 2012, so we know the ad had to air before that, right? So the end of 2012, okay? Got your timeline in your mind? Listen to what they're saying.
The lowest price is waiting on you at Carl Hogan's year-end clearance.
Here's the menu of today's specials.
Over 500 vehicles are clearance priced. Cruises just $149 a month. Malibu's $199 a month. Equinoxes or Terrains only $229 a month. And extended cab Silverados or Sierras only $299 a month. And they're all 2013s.
The lowest got any big tips?
Yeah, save big at Carl Hogan.
Carl Hogan, Chevy Buick, GMC Cadillac in Columbus.
We should go pair with Waffle House and sue them for using the menu.
Trademark violation.
I was just thinking about it.
A 2012 ad saying what? We're clearing out the 2013 models. Wait.
It's not even 13.
That's an interesting promotional thing that the car industry has come up with. That I'm going to call the New Year model, but I'm going to introduce it usually about June of the year before that. So y'all watch this late spring into the summer of 2017, your ads are going to start saying, the 2018s have arrived. It's branding. That's all it is. I know literally it was manufactured in 2017 because I don't think they sent it back from the future. But we brand it as the New Year's model. And that's just something they've done and shifted, and it's kind of a weird idea. But we can take it here. New car models. Your campers, your tech enthusiasts, your innovators, these are the people doing pre-buys. Reservation, wait list for a brand new Tesla electric or a new limited edition Porsche. That's usually what you see pre-sale. We're only going to make 250 of this $500,000 car. Hurry before they're gone. And they're usually sold out in the pre-sale before they even start putting a bolt together on the line. But for the rest of the world, we're going to be looking around here. Your early adopters, your very first friends, the visionaries, they're waiting for that 2018 model to drop. When Carl Hogan puts out the ad saying, we've got new 2018 Camaros, Silverados, whatever it is, they're going to be there. Because I'm waiting to buy the new one. I want the shiniest one you got. I'm going to pay the most for it. Right? Then everybody else has one. Sometime late 2000 2017, the 2018s are going to start getting some better rebates on them. We're going to have clearance sales, right? Even into 2018. Come next June, when they're trying to put 2019s on the lot, they still got brand new 2018s sitting there they haven't sold. They're taking up parking spaces. That's when they're going to get the hugest rebates, discounts, whatever it might be. Everybody else already has their new car. I'm getting a new car too. And then on into the 99-cent shopper, the conservative, the late majority. You're probably not buying a new car. Absolutely at this point. You're going to the used lot, Craigslist, trying not to get killed. And you might be buying a 2013 that's now considerably cheaper. Remember, that 2013 was just on that ad being cleared out, brand new, 0 miles to these people, into these people. Now it's available to you at a hefty discount, previously enjoyed by someone else, obviously. And then we got these laggards over here. They're the ones driving the 1992 pickup, but they're still driving it. Tag's cheap, insurance is cheap, it's paid off, and the thing still runs. Maybe only one of the windows works at this point, but otherwise it gets them from home to work and back. Lower income people, more conservatively value conscious people. As long as the thing works, I'm not going to just go spend money to buy a new thing just for, oh, isn't that so? Marketing, let's be honest here, marketing really hates these people. They are of no use to us. They are taking up valuable space. Marketing in particular, like these people. Yeah, they're buying stuff and helping us clear stuff out of the way, but I'd much rather them give us more money. This is the bread and butter. This is where we make a lot of our money. These are the people that are going to help us sell it to these people. Yeah. You get it. You go talk about it. You go look at my shiny new watch. Look at my shiny new car. Have you tried this new restaurant? It was great. They're the ones helping me sell to the rest of them. Because we have what's called the rate of adoption. How quickly things diffuse, how quickly people adopt new products. And these are some variables that help affect whether it's easy to adopt it, easy to diffuse it, or not. The more complex something is, new idea, brand new to the world, I got to tell you how to use it, I got to tell you where to find it, I got to tell you what it does and why you should care. That takes a lot of time and effort. That diffusion is going to be very slow and hard, which probably means more expensive. If it's compatible with the things I've already got, your apps on your phone, it says update the thing now. You click the button, do you expect it to cause your phone to catch on fire? Yeah, hopefully. Depending on the Samsung that gets out of your phone. We expect it to be compatible. If I have an iPhone, do I go to the Android store to get my updates? No. Incompatibility. How compatible the market is with the product you're trying to introduce. How used to it all is. Easier to sell. The advantage relative to what they're used to. How big a thing is this? When we move from desktop to computers to laptop computers, suddenly you're not tied to a wall in an office. You can walk around with your computer. Huge thing. Batteries. Woo. But you still, if you want the internet, you got to plug it into a cable into the wall. No! Wi-Fi. What does that mean? Complexity, compatibility. Wireless fidelity. What does that mean? Complexity, compatibility. It means you can have the internet without wires. Okay, I like it. Relative advantage over what we had before. Guess what? Why are you carrying around that big clunky laptop? Why don't you do everything you want on a phone? Okay. Relative advantage. Size. Usefulness. Usability. The more advantageous the move is, the easier it is to sell it. I know you've been like pushing stuff all your life, but guess what? I came up with this new thing. I call it the wheel. It makes it easier. I like it. Oh, I'll buy it. Very big advantage things that can move technology forward, can improve customers' lives very quickly. Much easier to sell. The observability. How much will we see it? in the world. How much will we see those tech innovators, those first friends, those bleeding edge type people? How often are we going to see them using it, loving it, enjoying it, making their lives better? Or is it private? We can have a brand new breakthrough innovation in underwear. I ain't going to talk about it with y'all. And I wouldn't expect you to talk about it with me, right? The observability of the thing absolutely affects how easy it is and how quick it is to diffuse the thing, the idea, the tech, the innovation. Lastly, the trialability. How easy is it to try it before we buy it? Again, more extensive decision making, higher risk, higher expense stuff. We want to be able to try it out. I don't want to go buy a $30,000 car and then find out I don't like it. We do test drives, for instance. We have trials for software, for instance. Like Dropbox that I don't have loaded for some reason. Where'd it go? This one. Any of y'all use Dropbox? Shame on you for not. What, you got it all saved on a thumb drive? On your laptop? There are other options. You got Google Drive, you got Microsoft's cloud thing, you got iCloud. You need to be using something to save, I don't know, your homework documents. So if you forgot to turn it into Canvas, you don't have to go home to your computer to do it. I have Dropbox on my computer at the house, computer in my office, and my phone. The documents that I might need at any given point, I've got available. And they have their, of course, their business solution. Dropbox is free for you for a certain amount of data as a person. But if you want to build your whole business around it, you've got files that you need to transfer back and forth between salespeople or accounting or new innovation ideas. Backup files effortless, protect company data with security, space for your team to share and collaborate without having to pay for them to have big hard drives on their computers. And what does it say right here?
Try it free.
Try it free.
For 30 days.
What is that? Trialability. Before we make it pay us, we're going to see if you like us. That's kind of a warranty before you even bought the thing. Try it. We think you're going to like it so much, we're not even going to try and trick you. We're not going to make you return it to us if you didn't like the thing. We're going to tell you, try it now. You like it? Fantastic. Come be with us. Pay us. Make a relationship. If you don't like it? Fine. Go away. No harm, no foul. Well, look, Dropbox sales would love to talk to me. Can I answer any questions about this? No, but that's excellent customer service. I sat here looking at this thing long enough, thinking like, you have a question, don't you? The rate of adoption, the rate of diffusion. We'll finish up chapter 11 next week.